Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from the beautiful valley of PARO, where the mountains surround the game like silent spectators, and where today, beneath the clouds and inside the Virtue Sports Arena, two proud clubs prepare for a meeting that could reshape the top half of the BoB Bhutan Premier League table. The Tigers against the Grizzlies, PARO FC versus Transport United FC, and for the reigning champions, there is an unusual feeling hanging over home soil: frustration. Because this fortress, this stadium that has witnessed title celebrations, dominance, and years of superiority has strangely refused to reward PARO FC so far this season. No home victories yet, a shocking opening defeat, a draw that followed, and suddenly the Tigers found themselves hearing questions they have not heard during their era of dominance. But champions respond, and last time out they responded emphatically. A commanding 4-0 demolition of RTCFC away from home. Sharp, clinical, and ruthless. The sort of performance that reminded exactly why this club has ruled Bhutan football for years. And now the mission is clear: bring that same authority back home, because despite sitting 7th with 4 points, the table remains so tightly packed that victory today would pull PARO right back into touching distance of the top 3. But standing across from them is one of the most fascinating projects developing in Bhutanese football. Transport United, the Grizzlies, a club choosing patience over glamour. Many teams continue to load their squads with foreign signings. Transport have committed themselves far more heavily towards youth development this season. A younger identity, but somehow they remain exactly where they always seem to be. Difficult to beat, they arrived today sitting 3rd with 6 points. After victories over Thimphu FC and Serang FC, their only defeat coming at Windy City, a difficult home ground of Tensung, where many sides may suffer this season. And now another enormous incentive lies in front of them. Win today and Transport United rise to 2nd place. So this afternoon becomes a fascinating collision of footballing identities. The reigning champions desperate to reclaim their home, the disciplined youth project attempting to continue its rise. Legacy against patience, power against structure, and beneath the PARO sky, another huge 90 minutes in the BoB Bhutan Premier League, ready to begin. On screen, PARO FC, the Tigers in red, and the Grizzlies arrive in yellow as we await the Warriors to make their mark into the Virtue Sports Arena today. Again, we are coming off of a fresh victory for the Academy side, BFF Academy. Yesterday, toppled the table leaders. Trukpa FC rose over them 10 points in a brilliant victory against Thimphu FC. Rose up to 10 points, now 3 points clear of 2nd place. Finally, a lead solidifying, but they have yet to meet their solid and their toughest matches. But right now, one of the most competitive seasons we have had all decade long, and maybe even throughout the entire history of Bhutanese football. But do let me know which team you are supporting going forward. PARO, a lot of advantage back in their home ground. Transport United looking to snatch away that victory as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to, please stand up for the national anthem.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Kus Songpo, and welcome to yet another match day here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League. This is PARO FC at home, playing off against Transport United, and here is the starting 11 for PARO. Kelson Zangpo, their goalkeeper, as always, back at number 1. Kazan, Siddiqui Jawara, Tariq Kazi, and Nyumongdi in the back line. Sitting Namgya, Mohib Afridi Ullah, and Taiga in the midfield. Yuta, back up front, Abduli Balde and Evans Asante looking to light things up in the front. Again, seeing a bit of a shake-up in both sides. No appearance for Richard Sanya, Musa Khan, Ugindoji Kingawanchu in the starting 11 for PARO. But in the meanwhile, Transport United, a couple new faces as well in the starting 11. Tikendra Singh Thapa back in goal. Tenzin Jamso, Daniel, Bishal, and Jimmy Singhe. Martin Sayadele Jamilola in that backline as well. Andrew, Bikash, Kiledoji Abayomi, and we are seeing the start of the super sub who handed them their first win. Tandinamge 17. The shirtless celebration, I'm sure you all saw. This time earning his starting minutes for the Grizzlies. The referees for today, the officials, Virendra Rai, assisted by him, Kumar Chetri and Tanin Sering. The fourth official for today will be Pemat Sewang. Again, right now, things looking grim for PARO, things looking grim for Transport United, especially in the face-offs between the two. They're head-to-head right now throughout the entirety of their history in favor of PARO, who has scored 10 wins against Transport United's 8. One draw in between them, but recent history speaks a different story altogether. Last season, Transport United couldn't get a single win against PARO. And PARO will be looking to continue on that run. But this season has been a completely different story as well. A plot twist after a plot twist. PARO starting off with a loss, started off with a defeat, finally found their momentum, got a win up at RTC in their backyard. But their home record still something they need to get back to with a quick fix. Did get their first win with a 4-0. Solid outing, had a goal courtesy of their new signing, Abduli Balde, popularly called Cavani, back in his home nation of Gambia. So far, his debut alongside his Gambian partner in crime, Siddiqui Jawara, or Alves, has been immensely crucial for PARO FC in their comeback up into the top ranks of this leaderboard. On the other hand, for PARO, we are not seeing a main contributor on their victory against RTC. Richard Sanya had an assist and a goal in their most recent match, is in form, but not quite sure, probably battling of injury concerns. The information was not released. But again, Musa Khan was sidelined after Siddiqui came back in. Ugindoji and Kingawanchu, the locals, not starting this time around. As we await the starting whistle. On the center line is Yuta Mishima. Alongside his Japanese partner in the bench for PARO is one of the oldest in their roster at 32 years of age, but playing well younger. Again, so far in Bhutan, we have seen veterans make their return. Sinjo Neo especially. Sinjo Gelson still making a name for himself despite going down with the ACL, has come back up. But there again, the captain of the national team, Chutur. His creativity on that right back has helped PARO through multiple campaigns. This time the header inside the box. Final touch from Transport will send it right out. Again, for your information, the Dragon Ladies do have a match upcoming. Do believe it is versus Sri Lanka, if I'm not mistaken. So do go show some love over there as well. As PARO early, slapped off by Tikendra, but still alive inside that box and frantically cleared away. Again, PARO. Early initiative there. Transport United, not really the team you expect to play high up. But again, despite the compact block they are committing to early on, they are under a lot of pressure from PARO. Mohib Afridi sends it up long. Eboyamoa. Again, Transport United have an interesting midfield. They have Andrea Boyamoa. They have Biku, whom we all know and love. And their new Nepali signing, Vishal Tamang. Plenty of creators in the midfield, but right now their traffic is getting congested off of their own efforts as Asante pokes it right in. But right now, easy save there for Tikendra. And United will let it roll off again. They are a team that will be looking for those counters. They have a really pacey threat in Abayomi, whom they will be looking to get their answers from. Tarikazi, the Finnish born who right now plays for Bangladesh. A Finnish mother for Finland. His father from Bangladesh elected to play for the Bangladesh side, but does go back home to Finland time and time again. Fun fact, even his wife is of footballing genetics, plays for the Finnish women's national team, and finally has taken his talents now to Bhutan. PARO FC, brilliant in terms of their foreign talents. Again, the two new Gambian arrivals made an immediate statement as Asante at the edge of the box, looking to get that one-on-one. Teddy jumps so far, brilliant left-footed delivery inside, but an interception there by Ayotele Tamilola. Again, last season we used to see Bella in that role. He is shining over at Drukpa, but right now his role has been fulfilled quite cleanly by Martins Ayotele Tamilola. Number 3 for Transport United. His partnership with seasoned United back Titaniel, undeniable in their chemistry. The only goals that have gotten past Tikendra Singh have been nothing short of miracles. Cut right back. Siddiqui sends it right up. Tikendra almost had a fumble. But again, so far has been solid for the goalkeeper of Transport United. Had a man of the match performance right from the get-go. That loss against Penso over in Windy City simply a bit unfortunate. Not quite every day you expect the military boys to come up with a brilliant overhead kick like that. But then at this point can't really blame it on luck. They did follow up with an amazing volley against BFF Academy. Held them to a draw, but BFF still managed to stay unbeaten. And right now PARO FC looking to continue on their hard-earned victory. Again, this match is being played over in PARO here at Vochu Sports Arena. So if you're in and around PARO, do come show some love. It is just the start right now as Daniel plays it up long. Tanidamge, Transport super sub, has not found an answer passed since that shirtless celebration early on. As that lob over to Abayomi. The vision there, the execution not so much. Also do let me know if the volume is okay for our viewers. Always welcome and open to your feedback if we can work on it. But in the meanwhile, Transport United get back a throw in, this time in much deeper territory. PARO FC are compacting back. Again, yet to see a proper development in midfield from Transport United. They have been getting promising fast breaks on those flanks. But their play in midfield, where they have a lot of their talent focused in, is not really working together. But off of that throw in, Transport earns themselves a corner and maybe an opportunity to get something past Kelson Zangpo and the solid backline of PARO. Again, a lot of giants, a lot of tall presences. Tiger Kitajima helping out, listed at 187. Their new defensive signing from Gambia, Siddiqui or Alves, listed at 189. So it will be A mountain to climb inside that 6-yard box. Biku. Again, at the edge of the box is their Nepali signing. Bishal Tamang has not been able to find his footing yet here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League. The referee having a little bit of work there as Biku delivers it. A back post. A freebie gets a head in. And Transport United will get that header back right again as Kelson Zampo seems to be down. Seems like it was a friendly clash between Mohib Afridiullah. Also, for your information, I did send a survey out to most of the teams in the BoB Bhutan Premier League, collecting information like preferred commentary name. So going forward, you might be a little bit confused as to the names that are being used. Mohibullah will be referred to as Afridi. Their Gambian signing Siddiqui Jawara prefers to be called Alves, so I will resort to that. And Abduli Balde, their number 7, has been nicknamed Cavani from back in his Gambian days. So those will be the names going forward. There on screen, the head coach, Ngaung Jampel for Transport United, making a lot of waves on their social media presence. But at some point, we have to doubt as to whether in the midst of all that fun, what direction Transport United is actually going to head on to. The Grizzlies, Transport United in yellow. The captain, Abayomi. Brilliant defensive effort there by Alves. Again, early interventions from the referee. But back to Gelson Zampo. Again, Transport United, not really many attacking threats. On the other hand, PARO is a machine gun. If there are machine guns, then Transport United, a likely comparison would be something like a laser. With Abayomi on the flank, who has now switched on to that right side. Again, did see in that face-off against Tensung that once Abayomi is locked down, Transport cannot really find anything else. Even that one goal against Thimphu, courtesy of Daniel, was nothing short of miraculous. Not an opportunity you come across every day. Daniel, great job converting it, but not a reliable win condition at all. Biku. Abayomi gets a foot in. Keza. Throw in played off long. Tiger posted up, but the triple team too much even for that giant. Again, deep inside Transport United territory and PARO not letting them breathe at all. They do have the firepower up front to gain a lot of advantages. Utah. Early development on that left flank, but this time we'll switch it up to that right. Back to Tariq Kazi. Afridi. Off to Kazi. Again, United showing plenty of pressure up front despite not finding any initiative to work through early on. Chutar. Right back to Kazi. Afridi. And back to Kazi. Again, too early to show any signs of promise. But it has been PARO who has had the upper foot right now. Daniel Badaru off to Tenzi Jamso, attempted to get in right between the legs of Asante. Clean timing on that by Daniel will force PARO to restart from a throw-in. Siddiqui Jawara always delivers it right in, but Daniel a chest in the way against Asante. Asante wanted a handball call there, but looked clean to me. So says the referee. And back to Afridi, it is no clear advantage. Narinam get posted up front. But Transport are playing disciplined. Not sure if they will be able to keep that discipline up. They are a pretty passionate team across the entirety of their roster. So it will be interesting to see how they keep up against the unrelenting waves PARO are putting up against them. As Abuyamoa gets the challenge on Keza. Asante. This time looking promising, gets past Jamso, delivery inside Yuta Mishima. Too heavy on that left foot. Could have gotten a shot off at that initial contact, but job well done. Will get a corner. Right now this match is progressing a little bit more quietly, given the anticipation and the hype that was built around this match. Former giants for both teams with championship blood. Cavani. Contact in the way. Unauthorized gets a header in, but Chutar, vision, right up. Yuta Mishima pokes it right past. And off the side post. That blitzed. Completely caught Tikendra off guard. Look at that run yet again. Came off the side post and Damilola sends it right out. Close call there. Could have had the opening here for PARO, but looking to build on their momentum. Quick restart. Yuta. Poked right off by Beko. Afridi. Delivers it long. Not many options inside. No options inside at all. Again, not sure if you're catching this, but we are getting the instructions from the coaching staff of Transport United from our ground camera. Couldn't ask for a more immersive experience from the broadcast here at Bochu. Transport United again letting off what could have been a promising opportunity to get something, or at least get their players going. But Gelson Zhang put Afridi. Siddiqui. Unfortunate mistake there. Boyamoa lets it past. A completely unexpected development here. And no mistake as Andrew Eboyamoa capitalizing on that mistake. Otherwise, a brilliant debut from Siddiqui Jawara. But the Gambian did not see Eboyamoa from behind. And we have an early advantage for Transport United.
For Transport United FC, scored by jersey number 10, Andrew.
No mistakes there, showing Paro how it's done. And what a message from the sun. Again, a lot more than football being played out here at Bochu. And right now it is Transport United somehow in the lead. Again, brilliant decision there from Andrea Boyamoa to get there for the challenge, positioned himself perfectly, and with a free, the Antarikazi posted far off to the side. Not much Kelson Zampo could have done as well. Tarikazi will have to be a bit more aware after Afridi. Again, a new development in football we have seen in the past couple of decades. The goalkeeper, the starting line of build-up. And the consequence of that, you have to have your centre-backs posted out far to the sides, and when the holding midfielder lost possession, well, it was the end. But still too early to tell. Tamilola. Eboyamoa flicked off by Siddiqui. Taiga Kitajima posted up the elevation on the giant there. Flicked up, Cavani got a touch in. But brilliant closure there by Ty Daniel. And Tikendra will get the restart. Again, not much chances to shine for Andrea Boyamoa. Was solid. Did play out from behind when it was only him and Bikash. But once Bishal entered, they did get a lot more opportunities as Abayomi run from the left gets that second chance off. To Abayomo this time, Kelson. Well, again, not many teams have been blessed with conversions from that set piece. Transport United, on the other hand, have gotten plenty their personnel as capable as anyone else. To get a header in, Ty Daniel will be the key target. Abayomi making that run shot, gets that pass back. Left foot. Off of Kezang, right back to Biku, who gets that angle, left-footed delivery. An easy header there for Ayatele. Glided past his hair. As a Ken Kiletoji, not enough pace to get back on. That pass could have been a bit more accurate, but it will be a breath of fresh air for Paro and Gelson Zangpo. Tiger posted up again, but Transport United seems to have a better answer for the giants they are facing off against in this league. Got to touch in, but not enough to set up his teammates as Paro looking to set it up yet again. Too far out for Asante. Body in the way for Taiga. It is Utah. Forces that last touch from Andrea Boyamore. And it will be a response on the other side. Again, Abduli Balde. Or Cavani as he's called back in Kambi. Ricocheted right in between. Paro, no advantage yet. Right out, Abayomi. It is a 2-on-2. A Fridi. Immediate response on the other end. Brilliant pass delivered up front by Cavani, but will not be enough. Mishima gets it right back. Asante. Ayutele in the way. Evaluation there on Ty Daniel, not a personnel you want staying out on the sidelines for far too long. Paro has been releasing blitz after blitz. And without Ty Daniel, it will be a much easier job there, but Vishal there for the rescue. Again, gap in the middle. Ty Daniel not there, exploited. Taiga barely manages to keep it on side. Paro again, advantage in terms of numbers, plays it strong. Aboyamoa. And again, a small window of opportunity there for Paro. But close out Titanial. Seems to be back. And again, instant impact from 95 for Transport United. Flicks it off right. Eboyamoa keeps it alive off to Fakunle. And unfortunate there yet again, Asante has been having a rough start to the season. Again, one of the oldest in the pitch right now, alongside his national partner, Japanese partner, over in the bench, 32 years of age. But again, one of the best motors so far, as we have seen. But only so much one man can do as Transport earned themselves a throw-in deep inside Paro territory. Biku. Well, a bit ambitious there, but will not be enough to get it anywhere past Gelson Zangpo. Their first goal, conceded courtesy of a mistake from their Gambian signing. Miscommunication there. Could not see Aboyomoa sneak in from behind, caught that, stealing. But right now, Transport United looking calm. Brilliant flick there from Asante. It is a race between Tenzin. Keza making a brilliant run down on that flank off of that wonderful flick, might I add. But that will be enough, and Daniel sends it out long. Almost slowly approaching the half an hour mark, and Paro no clear answer up front, had a close call earlier with Yuta Mishima, which went off the side post in an unfortunate movement. It could have been the opener, but Paro still looking for their first. Keza off to Utah. Transport has compacted in their own half. They are sitting deep, waiting for Paro to make a move. They do on that right flank, kept alive. Flicked low and in miraculous fashion, Taiga puts himself back up again. Had one coming for them for a long way out. And they make it level. Look at that first pass there by Chitim Namge. And Chutur sets up the rest. A foot in past Daniel and Tekendra, and we have a match at hand. Through the tightest of margins, through the tightest of angles, Tiger smashes one through. Again, another ambitious opportunity as the Kendra. Again, Transport showing a slight lack in composure there after conceding that one, their first goal. Well, not the plan they wanted to be executed, but did work out for them. But going forward, not really many clear chances. Tiger. Throws it up yet again, Eboyamoa. Siddiqui.
Sorry,观众啊，其实对，sorry。
Well, again, back to a silent stretch here. Not many developments, nothing major. Skazi looking to take the space himself. Similar delivery right inside Yuta. Afridi. Right in the middle, delivery, lobbed off high against, has that space for that one-on-one, blocked it! Brilliant contact this time around on that setup. Mishima turns the story around here for PARO, as they now make it 2 against United, who has won. Again, yet another brilliant delivery from Sitim Namge. Set it all up. Look at that pass yet again. And this time Yuta, no mistakes. Tenzin posted way far out in the way of the Kendra. And the early celebrations for Eboyamoa and the Grizzlies may be a memory of the distant past. Again, PARO are in solid form. Started with a loss, went on to claw their way back with a draw, and earned their first win against RTC. And right now looking to turn the story around here. Against United, who opened the scoring early on, in fact. Asante. The Tigers are heating up. Asante, who's been missing for a while, finally back in action. Plenty of pace. The arc brilliant this time around. Tenzin flicks it above Asante. Right up in front of Kelson. Riding on that wave, PARO FC will be looking for yet one more. Not many mistakes from their side. Siddiqui, crucial alongside 16 in their build-up. Back to Siddiqui. PARO now on the right flank. A lot of Tigers posted right inside, but first touch from Tenzin. Sends it right out. Kezang. Hopeful through Asante. Delivery back post. Tiger head in. Utah. Caught off balance. Slips. Still a 50-50 and the final touch off of the Grizzlies. Keza. This time might be perfect, Tiger. Caught off guard on that second. The aerial presence, a real factor in taking PARO forward through their campaign. But Utah will play it short. Delivery is denied by the Kendra the first time around. The second shot! Still at 2 for PARO, as United look to turn things around. Still 5 more minutes left until we have the end of the first half. Abuyumoa. A bit of a harsh contact from behind. Asante a bit too much passion on that challenge. But all smiles between the two, and the Grizzlies look to restart. Tenzin. Afridi off to Keza. Kinle and Abuyomi right there, but Kinle committed too much on that pass towards the middle. Angle opened out middle. Bishal pokes it out. Biku. Then the Namge. Too many bodies in the way for 17. And Kelson will roll it right back out. Right now, both goals for PARO courtesy of their Japanese signings. still yet to see any action from their Gambian forward and Asante. Abayomi, a foot in the way from Afridi, final clearance from Keza. Afridi, plenty of space awarded to 33 right down the middle. Tiger gets that post up despite the challenge from behind. Balde. Right inside, Chotor Yuta! There's the signal, 3 more minutes. Should be plenty of time given the surprises they've come up with in this match alone. And a strong delivery from the edge of the box this time will not be on target. But if it was, highly likely it would have gone past the Kendra. Not the best of form for the goalkeeper.
Additional time, 3 minutes.
Siddiqui. Unfortunate slip there from Tikendra. Again, the rain not helping. One of the many shortcomings of playing in an artificial turf. Things like this happen, and luckily for Transport United, this time was not a crucial possession there. As they extend it right back out, it will be a goal kick for PARO. Again, not many plans from the side of Transport. And even in the few they have, they are not working at all. Abayomi not getting any proper touches and Paro not giving him any space to operate as well. There's confusion there. Afridi sends it right down the middle. Unfortunate, a bit too heavy by Tenzin. Asante chasing him down from behind. Right inside the box. Tiger forced out by Titanium. Biku. A hopeful prayer there. And that Hail Mary earns Transport United a corner to close off this match. Way past additional time. But Transport will be given this one last chance to shine. Again, a bit more intervention from the referee inside that 6-yard box as Tori all came along. Wabayomi. Unfortunate on that whip.
Ladies and gentlemen, the half-time score we have is PARO FC with 2 and Transport United FC with 1.
Well, that was it for the first half. PARO FC looking promising after a shaky first couple of minutes. Costa, goal. And a mistake between their back three. But bounce back strong and bounce back strong indeed. Sitim Namge, in the form of ages, set up two beautiful chances. One goal courtesy of Tiger and another courtesy of Yuta Mishima. And that will change the entirety of the storyline here as we head into the halftime break. PARO 2 and Transport 1. Also, seeing a lot of your feedback, please do not throw anything towards the media team. Do let me know if you have anything solid in terms of feedback you have for me. I am still learning. I have not been trained. But in the meanwhile, if you have any reference materials for me, do not compare me to Peter Drury. He is the best in the world. Give me some room. Give me steps I can work with realistically instead of directly asking me to jump to the moon. But in the meanwhile, if you have anything that can be of help in my journey towards becoming something solid, you will not have any complaints about, then please do contact me. Until then, this was your commentator, Oguntesh Toji. See you guys again in the second half. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Zangpo and welcome to the second half in the face-off between PARO and Transport United FC. So far, like the weather, looking dreary for the Grizzlies in the backyard of the Tigers 10. Had the opening courtesy of Andrew Eboyemoa off of a mistake of their back three, but PARO since then have recovered beautifully. Goals for Tiger Kitajima, goals from Yuta Mishima, and right now PARO up ahead 2-1 as Transport United look to take the restart. Also, for your information, the Dragon Ladies have kicked off their match over at Goa. Bhutan versus Sri Lanka is on the channel fan code, I believe. So do go show some love for the Dragon Ladies over there as well. Are coming off of a loss against Nepal, 1-0. Unfortunate in how that goal was conceived, but back to the restart at hand. Biku lets it roll. Eboyemoa, the goal scorer from earlier, number 10, a foot clipped on his ankles, but PARO will play on. Yuta. Promising build-up there from PARO, but evaluations are the way for Eboyemoa. A lot of challenges on 10 for Transport United today, but will need a bit more than that to keep him away. Titaniel already evaluated off to the sidelines. Has been solid since then, but his presence will be something the Grizzlies need going forward. The Kendra again started off his debut for Transport United with the man of the match performance, but right now things are looking shaky. Balde, right back out to Titaniel. Piazang from behind cannot get past Titaniel and his jumps off. As again the same pandemonium we saw gifted PARO their 2 goals. Recurring again and again deep inside transport territory. Asante. Flicked in by Yuta, delivery right inside. As PARO earns themselves a corner out of this chaos. Asante, Balde, the Tigers, reigning champions, PARO FC in red, have the height advantage. Can they place a delivery perfect, driven low? With a body in the way, they didn't see, and United will get the restart. Again, on paper, Transport United is a team that is supposed to shine. Their midfield trio of Andrew Yamoa, there on the ground, Bikash, and their new Nepali signing, Bishal Tamang, is supposed to be a well-balanced effort. They are having trouble linking up. Early on without Bishal, it was Biku who played up Aboyamoa, holding out deep. And now with Bishal covering that spot right in front of Ayutele and Titaniel, it should theoretically make it much easier for Biku and Aboyamoa to display their full creativity up front. But that hasn't been the case. Their personnel have not been able to get that ball up front to their main threat, Abayomi. Unfortunate there. Quick restart by Paro. Transport United making a lot of careless mistakes. Abayomi keeps it alive. Biku. Heavy shove there from behind from Siddiqui. Abayomoa gets a flick in. Header first from Utah. Still. Well, immediate turnover. Paro gets it right back. Jutter playing much more up front. His contributions have been lethal against this Transport United side. Already a solid assist. And right now the Tigers on a hunt for a couple more. Afridi. Back to Gelson. Right now the partnership between Mohibullah and Tariq Qazi have been one unable to be beaten. That early goal as well came off of a slip up from Siddiqui right in the middle. But Asante gets the turnaround shot. Dangerous with that left foot. But kept away quite brilliantly as the Kendra finally finds that form of his back. A presence that Transport dearly missed in the first half. But still within reach of coming back into this game as Utah looks to step up on that corner. A lot of targets. Who will it be delivered to? Flick behind by Titaniel. Abayomoa. Off to Tandin. Solid run. Abayomi. Hesitated too long, but it is right back to Tandin. Bishal. Lays it up brilliantly. Abayomoa. Cannot get that outlet off accurately. They will have to hold back yet again. Not a place they want to be in. They are leaving Paro a lot of space to work with as Chutur finds that space in midfield himself. Back to Siddiqui. Kelson. Qazi right there as well. Afridi. Well, somehow we are back to Transport United in possession. The first half was an unrelenting barrage after barrage of attacks from Paro. Almost got one in the second half, courtesy of Evans Asante. It gets the ball yet again. Taiga went down against Semilola, but still, Titim Namge. Brilliant form in this match, despite the rain, has his deliveries up front has been crucial to Paro's build-up. But this time looking for another angle right in front. Tikendra. Tiger right there waiting for that slip up from Tikendra, which never came this time. Abuyamoa. Well, the promise was hope enough. As we are back to a restart with Transport United. Finally, Bhikkhu whips it out far, but cannot find a teammate. Tenzin. Outlet right down the middle. Abayomi. Referee signals play on. Paro. Yuta. Again, Transport a lot of bodies up front, but not quite the intensity to make Paro panic. They have seen success once when they caught Siddiqui off guard, but they haven't tried it since. Bhikkhu almost got one in, but Yuta, after Siddiqui, now all the way up front and whipped right back. Abayomi offside. That attempt will end in vain yet again for the Grizzlies. Again, right now, the head-to-head record, Paro 10 wins against Transport, who has 8, 1 draw between the two of these in their historic matchups throughout the entirety of their history. And right now, Paro on track to make it 11. But only a 1-goal advantage for the Tigers right now, and it's well within reach of the Grizzlies. Jimmy Singh. Final touches by Kilintoji and back to Chituritis. Balde. Vani might have been a bit too hard on that touch. And sent back out. Again, Transport, their defense much better. But at the same time, equally contributing is the fizzling attacks of Paro. Cannot quite find the connections they want this time around. Their earlier advantages came with penetrations through that right by Chutar, which is not the side as Mohib Afridi gets a yellow card from the referee. Opened Paro's campaign out with a yellow card to his name. Right now, if I'm not wrong, should be his second. Will need to be a bit more careful going forward. We have seen teams fighting out without their full capacity. Thimphu City, especially in that loss against RTC, not at their full strength. Jonathan Zorella, their 80, off with the red card, facing a game suspension, and a triple yellow for Sadiq Suli, their target up front. But back at hand, whistle, Bhikkhu, delivery, long, header strong from Tai Daniel, but nowhere near the post. The centre-back has been lethal in a lot of aerial challenges. Recently even got one in against Thimphu FC, but this time we'll need a bit more work to get one in. Kelson. Strong win there. but lets it roll. Biku has the space, pokes it out with the out of his foot. Fakunle. Well, knocked down by Muhibullah, but the referee says play on. Afridi, right back to Gelton. Plenty of down personnel already since the first half. And this time it is Transport's fresh signing. Straight out of Nepal. Not quite the dream start for Transport's number 8. But having Bishal in that starting lineup freed up a lot of room for Biku and Eboyomo to operate in. And he is stumbling out to the sidelines. Possible substitution incoming for Transport. But moving on to Kendra. Well, there's the sub underway for Bishal.
Substitution for Transport United FC. Jersey number 8, Bishal, is being substituted by jersey number 5, Ngawang Nerbo.
The Cambian plays it right off to his partner in crime. Cavani on that left has that double team to beat. Flicks it right back. A better angle delivered right back. Strong header there from Tetunamge. Will need a bit more power to get it past to Kendra. Well, simply unfortunate on that as Transport United get an easy throw in back from Balde. This jumps up. Accurate on that pass out. But the follow-up not quite there. Ty Daniel. Damilola. Again a string of unfortunate possessions for both sides. Not a sight you typically see in the Premier League. But finally the option to deliver something promising. But you're more right off to Fakunle. Again, it has been hard for the Transport United captain to get any whistle from the referee. A couple of missed calls. But finally gets one. Eboyomoa. The opportunity to conduct something out of this chaos, to build a harmony. But again, both teams resorting to old school football. As yet again, too much swing on that arm. Nothing out of it as United started off quick. Titaniel sends it up long. Two bodies in the way. By Yomi. Again, Transport United so far haven't been able to unlock his pace and his strength ever since that first match where they had two against Zirang. It is not that teams are especially marking him, it is the fact that he does not have any major sort of help committing to those runs up front. Last season did have Afiz Olawale, Alex Willen, Jigdrell as well. And this time, Abayami unfortunate on that, still gets past two. And right as I said it, the captain for Transport brings it level back at Wachu. As lethal as always. Not a loss in his stride. Almost had a fumble in the beginning. But once he got past the goalkeeper, not much for him to do. Kazi right there as well. Could have sent it the other direction, but too much going on. And Tariq Kazi sends it right back to the net. And drama underway. Transport United claws back and makes it 2 against Burrows 2. Abayomi, Olawasin, Akunle.
Scored by jersey number 7, Abayomi.
An open lane for the 7. And a brilliant effort keeping it in. Most remarkable on that run was the calmness. They didn't panic in that first, didn't let loose a chaotic one, and instead send one in that forced Kazi. No direction at all. Again, a phenomenal run there from Abayomi, stumbling all game long, but in the one time he found an open lane, made it count. As Daniel on the other end sends it out long and off. Close call there, immediate response from PARO. Again, Kezang and Titim, alongside Nimoangdi, no doubt. The local talents are doing a really brilliant job in this face-off here right now. Siddiqui of Tukavani sends it out right in the middle. Tiger right there. Tikendra, a brilliant read on the trajectory. Again, after those two blitzes that earned them the lead right back of that goal. From Eboyomoa. Paro will need to do something a little bit more than this. Beku flicks it right up, still anyone's ball. Kazi, a threat there from Abayomi. Now Nurbu a step two behind on that pass. This time, Cavani lets loose Chutur. Delivery inside. A mirror of Paro's first goal, but right now in the midst of the equation, Daniel. But danger not averted yet. It is a corner. Utah already has one goal to his name. Can he find an assist for himself? Their deliveries have not been the best. They have sent it low, and this time sends it far too long. Daniel, header in, sends it off for a throw-in. Well, the promise lasted for at least a solid minute. And right back to Transport it is. Not much work to do there for Tikendra, but he better not relax. Paro are finding a lot of gaps. And Transport are leaving them a lot of room to work with. And in the midst of it all, we find ourselves in a battle. Both of them had their ears. Transport champions long ago. Paro has seen dominance since then. Last season, Transport no wins against Paro. So the record, at least in favor of Paro right now. The table for the 2026 season in favor of Transport United. There's an ambitious flick there from Cavani, sends it out long, a throw-in for Transport United. Asante. Utah got a touch in. But too far out, Tikendra sends it out long yet again. Also just got the news, but yeah, turns out Bhutan has scored and now has a 1-goal lead against Sri Lanka. The Dragon Ladies with an advantage at the half-an-hour mark. It is being broadcasted on YouTube. So just search Bhutan versus Sri Lanka and it should turn out. But with the match at hand, Yima. So the other way around, Utah not met in stride and back to Kazires. Chutur will get another opportunity to retry. However, Taiga, a lot of space right down the middle. Tamilola, Cavani on that overlap, still hit him. Delivered right inside Tikendra, a hand in, second shot. Plenty of power there. Will sail right above the crossbar as a substitution underway, and a man on the bench, Kingawachu, finally brought in, brought out, taken out. Is Tiger Kitajima. Done his fair share of work for today. Already a goal.
Substitution for BoB FC. Jersey number 9, Taiga, is being replaced by jersey number 11, Kingawachu.
It seems like there is still a lot more chaos in store for us today as the Kendra is down. Again, a look at that equalizer. Abayomi with the run of his lives. That fumble, that stumble. possibly helping out. Caught Mohib Afridi and Tariq Kazi off guard, put them far too forward, stumbled towards Kelson Zangpo, and space it was for Abayomi. Well, again, the Kendra does seem to be back online. They are one of the few clubs that have been affected by the Australian diaspora. Last season's goalkeeper Topke 21, now down in Australia alongside a couple of other talents. Paro on the other side is one as well. Nimondi's brother, Ramachittim Majamto, as he is known, down to Australia as well alongside a couple of others, even in the women's side, Chunku. But still, always a heartwarming sight to see these teams performing despite a loss of so many talents. Kinga, his first touches, sets it up for Asante. The turnaround, too many bodies in the way, still finds an angle. Kazi feinted that shot. Kezang off to Kinga. Kezang ahead in the way, and to Kendra. Again, not the best of outings from Paro. They are conceding a lot, courtesy of errors from their own backline. Possible sell there. Did not look like it. Was full-on contact there from Titaniel. As Paro looking for that quick restart. Nima gets a shot off, but in the way, a lot of Grizzlies. And they cleared it off. Eboyamoa off to the wing. Abayomi. Well, brilliant ambitions there from Kilitoji. Brilliant communication as well. Signaled the run there for Abayomi. But a bit too much power on that pass. Transport. Doing great. Still inside the box. Left foot. A deflection in the way, and a corner it will be for Transport United. There again, a brilliant cutback. Sent Siddiqui right off, but Kazi a foot in the way. Transport lays it short. Biku, left foot from distance. Again, that is a play style we have been longing to see from that man. Not many attempts today, but this one, the cleanest he has gotten off. And when that shot is calibrated, is a lethal shot, respected across the league, but again, we'll have to do a bit better than that. Afridi. Read back to Kazi. They have switched sides. Paro are committing a bit more numbers back. Earlier, it was Siddiqui that played a bit up front. This time, Kazi entering that midfield role. Nima. Easy offside call there for the officials. Habayomi posted a bit too deep there. Afridi, right in the middle is Kazi, but elects to send it far out wide. Transport a lot of bodies. A flying challenge there from Tandin. And Kazi, now with the orchestra at his hands. Off to Kinga. Delivery right inside, header off of Ayatele. And a left foot, desperate from Cavani. As yet another substitution underway. Purpawanchu coming in for Abduli Palde.
Substitution for PARO FC, jersey number 7, Abduli, is being replaced by jersey number 18, Purpa. And jersey number 16, Silchinamgil, is being replaced by jersey number 97, Richard.
Crucial trade-offs here at Vochu. Paro taking out a couple of brilliant names who have shown that they are in form, especially Titim Namke. His distributions were on point right now. But brought in Richard Sanya. Again, his shots, especially given the conditions Transport United's goalkeeper are under right now, will be crucial and may possibly be an answer in the next 10 minutes. Unfortunate there on that throw-in, costly from Jimmy Singh. PARO FC this time looking promising on that left. Kinga, 3 bodies in the way, manages to poke it out. Yuta right in! And that's... Well, confusion's underway. Does seem like a flag was raised on that play there. Brilliant run up front and a brilliant finish on top, but simply far out from that final defender. But again, despite the denial, yesterday the same story for BFF Academy as well. One goal was disallowed, one possible crucial opportunity was denied as well with an offside. But despite that, the light of seeing one go in should be motivation for these hungry forwards of PARO to get something proper in, as it seems like this will be the end for Tikendra. A completely unexpected development here for Transport United. Not sure if they've had a backup goalkeeper warmed up, but the referee locked and loaded. Yellow card for the bench of PARO. Pushpalal, the mediator, in between. Well, not sure if the Kendra will be in form to continue playing. He is stumbling out. Again, a look at that opportunity early on. And the King right down on the ground, clutching at his ankles. But Tikendra will fight on, it seems like. Hopefully that decision does not fight Transport United. Anyway, it hurts. As the referee already heated up, Eboyamoa, this time on the end for Kazi. A closer look at that challenge, Eboyamoa. Last minute clip there with that shoulder. And PARO now the opportunity to get something in dangerous territory. The substitution for PARO, Hipawanchu. PARO's deliveries have not been the best so far. Can 18 change the storyline? Delivery. That's right in the middle. That final attempt from Kazi will send it above the crossbar. As another substitution underway for Transport United.
Substitution for Team Transport United FC, jersey number 30, Dichin Jigril is being replaced by jersey number 22, Kinga Jongpo.
Not much time remained. Should get a couple of minutes of additional time, however, as both teams look to change the storyline here. Again, a reminder, a draw will help neither side. On the other hand, a win from Transport United will put them up right next to BFF Academy. Right now, Transport are at 6 points. 3 points will put them right above Drukpa, who are at 7. And as for PARO, 3 points here will help them overtake Transport United and tie themselves up at 7 points with Drukpa. As PARO looking promising. Asante! Kendra has that left arm extended, keeps it out. Sanya couldn't get to it in time, but the restart, Kazi. Still Kazi. Chutur. Again. 5 seconds up. Transport have regrouped. Siddiqui delivery right in the middle. Chutur. 1-on-1. And Beku from his blind side will get that clearance off. Eboyamoa. Header right back. Purpa off to Kinga, delivery inside. Yuta got a head in. Despite the advantage of the surprise attack, PARO couldn't build anything out of that opportunity, and Transport will get to breathe yet again. The Tigers with the opportunity to deal the finishing blow, but the Grizzlies somehow wriggle their way out. Demilola. Abayomi a bit too far up front. Nimongi has options right in the middle. Sanya. Off to Asante. Threaded right through the middle, but Daniel right there. Brilliant positioning there from 95. And Kazi. Siddiqui. Kinga. Purpa right at the end. But Daniel in the way. And the reigning champs denied yet another opportunity to make it 3. Ty Daniel looking for someone, not even looking, praying for a teammate to get on the end of it. But it is PARO and Richard Sanya. Targeting that flank. Ty Daniel in the way. A bit of a challenge there. Again, not many answers available to both teams. PARO, who otherwise was brilliant in that first half, right now are seeing a lot of their answers shut down. They were effective through Titimnamge, who has since been subbed out, and Taiga up front, no longer on the field, subbed out as well. Sanya, not much impact despite his ability. Asante hands it off to the left. Tarikazi again has the option for a delivery. Plays it back post. A head in!
Additional time, 7 minutes.
Plenty of time in additional. Mohib Afridi has been a crucial part of that backline. Unfortunate on that one time, Abayomi decided to go for it. Kazi, space, Sanya cuts in. Nyamoa in the way, hands it right off. Kinga cannot get a shot off. Ty Daniel off of Sanya and back to Tikendra. Again, right now we are in the midst of a chaotic table in the BoB Bhutan Premier League standings. Yesterday, BFF climbed their way to the top of the table for the first time in forever. And 4 points under Transport United at third place. PARO right now 7th. A tie will only be favourable for Transport United. PARO will want a draw if they want to climb back up to the top. At this point, it will only be a matter of enduring for Transport United, and PARO will not want the draw yet again. They started their campaign off with a loss and a draw at home. And right now, it seems like that curse is still sticking to them. As yet another substitution underway. As this time a stretcher brought in for the captain. But he will be sent off with pride. He has done his job. And hopefully we do not see him come back. At least for this match. Did have an instance where a player from an earlier match was sent off in a stretcher, delayed his fair share of time, and came right back in once he was taken out to the side. It was Okudili Michael, but hopefully Abayomi is okay. Also brought in for Transport United was Neeraj Chetri. Transport United at this point playing more young legs. They will want that energy and they will want to commit a little bit back. Deep. Well, not sure if it was going anywhere near the post, but Bikash does send one off with a bang, and Kelson responds in kind. A header. Licked off from Asante, nobody in the way. Utah made an effort for it. And Kendra sends it back out, daring Paro to take their sweet, sweet time with their build-up. The battle of endurance for both sides. Tingazangpo backtracking. Paro. Asante gets a flick off. But it is Tai Daniel he will have to beat. Off to Damilola. And he sends it out yet again. Not many options there, but it will be advantage for Paro. Now, without having to deal with the struggle of build-up, right in front of Transport's doorstep. Do believe it was last touch from Paro. Biko is down and evaluations underway yet again. Sanya, delivery. And nothing out of that opportunity. Last minute at the Kendra to send it out long. Again, too early to tell if it will still remain a draw when the final whistle is blown. It will only take mere seconds given the caliber of both these teams to get one in. And right now, Kazi, his involvement up front, looking promising. Sanya, Paro will need a win if they want to climb right back up. Cannot quite reach BFF Academy yet. But top 2 ain't a bad place to be as right in front. And right as I said it, Utah off of a brilliant header there. Makes it 3 and the hometown celebrates. (22) making it 2 and Paro crawled their way back into the lead. A brilliant header right in front of the Kendra, not in the best of form. And drama here at Wochu. Asante set it up beautifully. And all Utah had to do was put a foot on that ball. And Transport now on the back foot. Already past time, but plenty of evaluations inside additional time might grant Transport the few minutes they need to find an answer back. And there is the whistle to end the battle here at Wochu. The Paro climbed right back up into the top 3 alongside Trukwa FC at 7 points to their name. The curse broken now. win, their hometown can finally celebrate.
The full-time score we have
And
the
look at that
USDP
effort,
and
brilliant delivery,
USDP.
Asante the elevation.
The man of the match is jersey number 22, Utah.
And devastation it will be for the Grizzlies. Held on for a long 97 minutes. And it was only the final 10 seconds that changed the story. The Spurrow head off with a much-awaited victory at home, and the Grizzlies back to the drawing board. Hopefully their captain, who was carried out, will be back in the next match. But until then, solid showcase from both teams. Not the goalless draw we saw last time around here at Virtue. But brilliant football from both teams. A lot of doubts starting this match, but it ended quite beautifully. A Spurrow and 3 against Transport United 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for your love, and thank you all for your feedback. Do admit was not the best first half of my short career so far, but I will do better from now on. Will not happen again. Until then, this was your commentator, Ugintesh Tochi. The ladies are still playing, I believe. You can search Bhutan versus Sri Lanka on YouTube to head over to their match. Until then, this was your commentator, Ugintesh Tochi. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next time around.
Deख लीजिए